Hello YouTube gardeners, it's a beautiful day in Southern California, and this week we are succession planting more heads of lettuce. We have lots of heads of lettuce growing around the garden. We also have lots of loose leaf lettuce growing as well. And we're also succession planting our potatoes. You can see this area is just starting to emerge from the soil. And then this area back here has been growing for a couple months and is looking beautiful. Over here we have lots of heads of lettuce that are ready to harvest. This guy is going to be dinner. The tree collards are ready to get into the ground. This one has been growing for several months and it overwintered really well. And then these little guys, I started in February, mid-February. They're ready to get into the ground, and I got these seeds from Growing Your Greens. He had an episode where he was showing his tree collard tree. It was amazing, and I just had to grow them. They're beautiful, and they're delicious. We love them, and the chicks love them. And the aphids love them. So, I'm not sure if he has seeds still, but I got them from Growing Your Greens. About a year ago, I did a video on making this strawberry ladder tower. And it's worked great, but I'm going to change it up a little bit this year. The strawberries on the very top shelf didn't do as well, but the ones in the middle and on the bottom did really well. As a matter of fact, they planted all kinds of runners all over the place down here. So I'm going to remove these wood pieces. They're really cute, but I want to get more room, a deeper container, so I'm going to go with these containers that I picked up at Home Depot. They're over a year old too, so I don't know if they still have them, but I'm going to get the larger one placed on the bottom and then the smaller ones on the middle and the top shelf, and then I'm going to grab a bunch of these strawberry runners and plant them up in these containers. The strawberries are going to do much better growing in the deeper wooden container. The cuca melons have overwintered successfully. You can see here is a tuber from last season. Got a little bit of growth coming out. That is not part of the cuca melon. There it is, a little bit of growth. Here's another one, some growth. So basically what I did is I cut all of the vines back down to this soil level and then covered them with a frost cloth. We have a handful of cuca melon plants growing in this beautiful raised container that my husband made. They add so much beauty to this fence line, and I'm so glad that the tubers overwintered well, because that just means more beautiful vines earlier in the season. I don't have to wait for them to grow from seed. So we have a good head start on the spring 2019 growing season for our cuca melons. This is a sad sight. Our banana trees did not overwinter well, and really we should have put more effort into protecting them. But I thought it was kind of risky growing banana trees out in our area. Our temps get down to 29 degrees. We get quite a bit of frost. Several days of frost anyway, and banana trees just don't like those harsh conditions. So you can see that our tree looks like it's dead, but it's not. We've got some leaf growth coming out here, and over here you can see that the tree is still alive, but it's going to be hard for us to successfully grow bananas. So I'm going to take some time to go through and prune out all of this dead foliage and see how they do this year, and then we're going to get them protected better come to the end of 2019, and we'll see how they do, and hopefully we could come up with something to where we can keep the banana trees growing. We really would love to have our own organic bananas on our own property. Second year goji bushes are doing great. We got these in last year. They were just a little tiny branch, very small, and they're probably gonna triple in size this year. I just love it when you have just a branch, it looks like it's dead, and then life starts springing out of it. Garlic is looking great. Lots and lots of garlic planted. This will also be the future bed of the asparagus, corn, tomatoes, and peppers. Some Egyptian walking onions left from last season. And here is a bunch of the onions doing beautifully. The apricot tree is finally waking up. And the nectarine tree, just gorgeous. The arugula garden is going wild. Look at all these seed pods. Looks like some of them have already opened up. So they'll just seed themselves, and I'll collect a lot of the seeds and just distribute them all throughout the property. We have wild arugula growing everywhere. It's one of my favorite greens. I love the peppery flavor. Hey, sweet guy. I love you, buddy. We're succession planting lots of cilantro. Got cilantro growing in several different areas in the garden. And the rest of this bed is red potatoes and heads of lettuce. We are already starting to put some of our tomato plants out in their permanent locations. And these guys are already much happier than they were in the containers. Our nighttime lows are still in the upper 40s, so I'm covering them up at night so that they don't get all stressed out. But in just about a week, we're gonna be lows in the 50s, so these guys are gonna be loving it. And we're working on part 3, planting and growing big peppers, chilies, and tomatoes. So that should be up in less than a week, and we'll be getting our peppers, chilies, and tomatoes into their permanent locations, going over the soil that we're using, and the fertilizing that we're doing at planting time. And we have some more beautiful Asian greens to add to this bed. This is the ruby bok choy, and next we'll be adding the Han Sai Thai. All right, that's it for now. Time to get these little guys graduated into their larger containers. This is the last batch of little guys. We've got peppers at many different stages. Some are ready to get in the ground, but we're gonna wait for warmer temps. Some are in between these and the larger, and these guys are the last batch of little ones. So keep your eye out for the next video, part 3, planting and growing big peppers, chilies, and tomatoes. These guys are gonna graduate into their larger containers the same way that we did our tomatoes in part 2. Hope you have a great week and enjoy your garden.